Okay, your impressions of this class, Coach?
Well, I thought it was good. I really appreciate everybody coming out today. Thank you all very much. I want to also, before I get going, thank all my coaches and support staff and faculty and everybody who's involved with this recruiting process, particularly the visits. There's a lot of work that goes into these visits and bringing all these young men and their families on campus. There's a lot of logistics you got to take care of with people flying and picking them up at the airport, and all the different things that we do. So everybody did just an outstanding job. We think we signed a fantastic class. We've got 22 kids that we've signed. I believe 8 of them are from the state of Louisiana, which was something we wanted to make sure we did a good job of getting as many kids locally and from the state that we possibly can. 11 of them on the offensive side of the ball, 10 of them on the defensive side of the ball, and then also a punter. So a very well-represented class on both sides of the football. And we've got a few more left. We've got a couple more that we're going to be looking at, and this is, I think, an advantage for us with also having a signing day February the 7th. But we wanted to sign as many as we could early. We really we're going for quality. Obviously, you got to go positionally as well and make sure that you're getting guys across the board at each position. And you do that based off of how many seniors you have next year and how many juniors, sophomores, freshmen, because you'd like to have a good spread of talent across the board, so you're not panicking one year where you lose a bunch of guys at one specific position. You don't have anybody to go in there and play. So good class, and we're very, very, very excited about it.
How many more are you going to, you think, you got room for?
Well, the top end would be 3 guys, and we're still actively recruiting guys. That could happen as early as today or could happen February 7th. So we'll see how that shakes out.
Do you expect all 22 to early enroll or something?
No, we've got a couple guys that will be early enrolling. Devon Wright and also Christian Daniels are 2 guys that will be early enrollees. Nowadays, all your guys come in as soon as summer begins. So they'll all be here by late May, early June at the very latest. We've got a couple guys that'll be here early, but the rest of them will be here, beginning, in late May, early June.
Was it easier to sell to these players that, since there's a commitment from you to be here and you have what they've seen the last few years? Was it easier kind of to sell what the vision was? Yeah,
I think so. Tulane's a pretty easy place to sell with our academic prowess. Our conference is an easy sell. It's a tough conference, and these kids, a lot of these kids watch us play every week. Whether they're here in person or watching us on national TV. So, that part of it is easy to sell. And the thing we really sell when they come on campus is the city of New Orleans. There's many of these guys. Devon Wright, he's maybe been here 15 times. Juan Mongeris maybe been here 15 times. So it's, touring the campus, we've done that a few times with them. So we did that really with the kids who hadn't had an extensive tour of Tulane, the campus. But most of them we really wanted to show off the city of New Orleans and see how many things there are to offer here in New Orleans.
How important was it for the coaching staff to make a much bigger splash in state than we did with this class?
I think it's big, and we hope there's some more Louisiana kids we're able to sign here in the next few days. But it's always great to get kids locally, but you want to get the right kids. And as I stated last year, we weren't going to just go after local kids that can help us win big time in the American Athletic Conference. So we'd like to always be around 10 kids from in-state that we sign each year. Some years it might be more based on availability and talent level, but this is one of the top states in the nation high school football. So we're always going to recruit Louisiana hard.
You had a huge need in the interior of the defensive line, and those guys are usually hard to get. It looks like you loaded up.
Yeah,
How
we
would
signed
you
some
feel
good kids. Jeffrey Johnson is, the thing that I think's, and I don't go by rankings as much as a lot of people do. This is maybe going to be one of the higher ranked classes that Tulane has ever had before, which is good. It's good publicity, and a lot of the student athletes and fans and coaches, high school coaches really look at that. But we did have a big need for interior defensive line. Jeffrey Johnson's a kid who had a lot of Power 6 offers, a whole bunch of them. And he's a big guy. I think he's ready-made. He's 6'3", 315, 320, and I think he's a guy who's going to be able to play right away. Jamira James, right down the street here at De La Salle, played for the state championship. He's another guy who's got the size and the mass that we think can play as a true freshman. And Devon Wright from over at Donaldsonville. He's another guy that we think can play right away. A neat thing about all those guys is, they've got a chance to, they're close enough where they can come over and watch us, practice spring ball and be here in the summer and make an impact next year for us.
How about Damian Tate, Coach? I mean, he's the kind of guy who could really come in right away and help
Yeah, the neat thing about Damian is talking to all the high school coaches locally. That was the one guy they just kept talking about. I had quite a few high school coaches, and obviously, Jerry Phillips, who's a former Tulane football player, is on the '98 team, and we thank Jerry for all his help also. But a lot of the coaches that went against Warren Easton, talked about what a great player Damian is. And I had a few of the coaches tell me they thought he was the best player in the city, so we're excited about having him.
Jerry can help you there, especially that they're going to have a lot of players.
Well, they're always going to have great players, and just like a bunch of high schools here in the city. I mean, this is a great city to recruit high school football players at. It's outstanding, great coaching and great talent.
First year of the early period, how do you think it went from your perspective, and then in dealing with the high schools themselves, how do you think it went?
Oh, I thought it went well. The thing that I've noticed is it's like I thought. Everything just has been accelerated now. Instead of signing the guys February 7th, you're signing them December 20th, and we're going to probably be anywhere from 90 to 100% done in the next day or two. So I'm not a big proponent of it. I've already stated that a few times, I think, and talking to the high school coaches, I think some of them are for it, some of them are not for it. And Larry Brooks, we think, is a great player and signed with us, and he's playing for the state championship this Friday. So he's still playing football right now. He never had an opportunity to take an official visit, and but we're blessed to have him sign with us today. So there's some good things, but the reason why this has occurred is the student athletes want it, and so it's going to be this way. And as I see Travis Jewett back there in the back, our baseball coach, I think football is going to be like baseball here in a while. We're going to have a real early signing day, and then we're going to have a February date. I think it's going to happen here in the next 5 years.
Is there another quarterback that you would like to sign?
I can't comment on
The,
right?
the quarterback you did.
Oh, yeah.
The quarterback you did sign. What did you guys like about it?
Oh, I'm really excited about Christian Daniels. We normally don't go that distance unless we have some type of connection. And I have a good friend who's friends with the high school coach, and he had a lot of Power 6 offers as a defensive back, and he does not want to play defensive back. He wants to be a quarterback, and he fits our system. He's big. He's he legit 6'2" and 205 pounds. He's got great speed. We try to get measurables on every kid that we recruit. and he's got tremendous speed, and and we think he's a guy that fits in our system as a quarterback.
The last guy that committed, Eugenio Booker, and signed. The stats, it doesn't look like he had a ton of touches last year, but he was spectacular on the touches. What did you guys like about him?
Well, we had a connection with him also. His high school coach coached one of my old players at Georgia Southern, a kid named Matt Breda. I think he started a few games for the 49ers this year, and this guy just was very persistent. That number one, it felt like he was like Matt, character-wise. Matt's one of the finest young men I've coached, and as a person, and obviously a great player to play in the NFL. But he was comparing that ability. He ran a 4.42 Spark 40, which is a great time. That's a laser time 40. So he's a 4.3 guy. He's got good size. He's I think he's 40-inch vertical, something like that. So, some impressive numbers. And you're right, he didn't touch the ball a bunch, but I think he averaged 11 yards a carry. I don't know how many yards per catch.
37.
Played a little bit every place, so we're happy to get him.
I know you say you don't go by the rankings as much, but it's obvious that the quality of the guys, it seems like you're getting has risen here. Do you think that's about just having your foundation set with the program, or what do you think that's coming from?
I think part of it is our coaches' familiarity with where they're recruiting, specifically in the state of Louisiana. It takes a little time to build relationships, and I think kids are liking what we're doing. You get them on campus, not only they hear about, what a great degree, we talk about this being a 4-year degree, not a 4-year degree here at Tulane, but they see our facilities. We got a great stadium, great setup. They like the game day atmosphere, and why go far away and play big time Division I football when you can do it close?
Coach, is a contract extension for you forthcoming here shortly?
Our athletic director, sir, I guess you can talk to. We visited about that, and I'm excited about being here at Tulane for a long time. And there's a lot we can accomplish here, and we came close this last year. I made no secret of that. 4 games were lost by a combined 12 points, and there's another one we wish we had an opportunity to come back and get, but. We've got a lot of goals and objectives we want to accomplish here, and I'm very excited about the future at Tulane.